So today we're looking at perimeter of composite shapes. So when we're looking at that, we need to remember to decompose or break apart or break down your shape into shapes that have formulas and then add up all the perimeters. Now, if you think back to last year, if you were in Craven County, last year we broke down shapes and then we found the area of them all and then put it all together. With this standard, we're decomposing and breaking down the shapes, but we're finding the perimeter of them. So we're not worried about the inside. So as an example, I'm going to do a really easy one. If I have two squares, how many total sides do I have in front of me? 8. Okay. If I compose them, put them together, how many sides do I now have? 4. Did I cut anything off? No. So you have to train your brain that what they're doing is giving you multiple shapes, putting them together, and sometimes, like now, am I looking at these two walls basically, or sides? No. So that is now a solid shape, okay? It's the same thing that we're gonna look at now, but we might have a semicircle, which is half a circle, or two semicircles. What would two of them put together equal? A whole circle, okay? So that's what we're going to look at. But what I need you guys to realize is sometimes you might have shapes like that, but when you put them together, those two now don't exist. So I would not use those numbers because they're not there anymore. Does that make sense? So when you see the shapes we're going to do, that will make a little bit more sense. I just wanted you guys to see the difference. All right, so we're going to look at 3 examples, and then you guys are going to do an activity, hopefully together, and then we're going to go over it tomorrow. So we're going to do 3 types right now. So your directions are going to be when you are finding perimeter. All right, so for example 1, they give us a rectangle and then they split a circle in half and put one end on one end and the other on the other. All right, first thing you're going to do is the part that is the circle or the semicircle, okay? So in this example, I am going to only look right now at those 2 parts, okay? So to find circumference, what's my formula? Okay. Isaac?
Both of them?
Nope.
Pi times E.
Yep. So since they gave us all the way across, then I'm going to use the diameter. So we're going to go with pi d. So pi is 3.14, and we're going to multiply it by the diameter. What's the diameter? 3. Okay? And that's going to equal what? Y'all went straight for calculators. Good.
9.4.
The other two classes waited for me. 9.42? Okay, so that right there is only half of a circle. So that means I need to divide that by 2. And what does that equal?
4.71.
4.71. Now I'm going to show you a trick. Is that half circle going to match this half circle?
Yes.
So, did I really need to divide it by 2?
No.
No. But I did that so that you guys can see when you only have one half circle, you divide it by 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, that means I've got another 4.71. So we're back at that 9.42. That's our circle number. Does that make sense? All right. So now I've got to figure out this side and this side. So what am I going to add together? 14 plus 14. So what is our final answer going to be? Nope. Y'all guessing. Check it. 37.42 centimeters. That's confusing. All they did was took a circle, split it in half, but nothing was lost. And then we have a rectangle in the middle.
Oh, so each side is 14.
The 14s is this side and this side.
That's why I was confused how you got 2 14s behind.
Yep, because remember perimeter, if they give you one side, the other side has to match, but they don't always write the number. So you can go back and add your number there. That's perfectly fine. The 3s went with the circles. That's why I didn't use the 3s with the rectangle. All right, let's look at another one because this will start clicking in a minute. All right, number 2. If they give me a semicircle and all the information they tell me is this right here. I have to find circumference, yep. So C equals pi d. So when I find that out, that is only this part of the circle, the arc. Have I even touched the bottom yet?
No.
Nope. So we're just working on the arc, the circle part. So we got 3.14 times, what's my diameter? 7.
Equals 21.98.
21.98. How many circles do I have?
1.
Well, I have half of one, right?
Divide by
Yep. So we're going to divide that by 2.
10.99.
10.99. Now I'm going to add in the bottom side. So now we're going to add 7 to that. So what's my final answer going to be?
14.99. Or 17.99.
14.99?
No, 17.
17?
I said 14 on this one.
It's okay. 14.99.
17.
So I just did it again. Oh my goodness. It has been a day, y'all.
17.
Whew. My bad. All right. So was that one a little bit easier? Okay. And remember, we only halved it because we only have half of one. All right. This makes sense? Good. All right. Last example we're going to look at. I don't know why I just wrote 4.
I'm still thinking about the 14.
I don't know. I guess I just like that number. I don't know.
It's been a long day.
It has. Huh? Maybe.
I think you should take a long nap.
All right, so this one. Looks like a Pop-Tart that Kai bit. Okay, so this one is a little bit different, but you're following the same process. So we're going to look at the circle part first, so the arc. So that's going to be C equals pi d. So we got 3.14. And what is the diameter in this picture? 3, because it's got to match, right? It's the same height. So we got times 3, which equals what?
9.42.
Okay. How many circle parts do we have? Just one, so we're going to half that.
4.71.
4.71. Okay. So now I'm going to use everything else. I've not used this side yet, or this side yet. What's going to be at the bottom?
14.
Another 14. All right. So to that 4.71, we're going to add 14, 14, and 3. So what's that final answer going to be?
35.71.
Good. 35.71 feet. And get used to looking at the units, because on the test, they might give you 35.71 feet and 35.71 centimeters. So always make sure you're knowing what unit you're using, because they love to try to trick you. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to, and this is going to be for a grade, so you're going to use your notes if you need it. But what you're going to do, and we're going to check them tomorrow, is you're going to get this sheet that has 12 problems on it, and then the answers are at the bottom with a color. Okay, so once you figure out which of these is what color, every answer is going to be a different color. You're going to turn it over, and it's going to make like a mosaic. Okay, I want to put some of these in the hallway, on like our hallway and 8th grade. So I'm really wanting some of these to pop with color. Okay, who was passing out papers last week?
I love, but she's not here. I can put some papers.
Oh.
I got some papers. I got some papers.
It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do the first 2 together, and then the rest of it you guys can work with a partner, and we'll see how that goes. So I'll give Maya a minute to fill that out. But guys, look up here at number 1. Start thinking about what we need to do for that one. So we always start with finding what? And we know we're using what? All of you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
My chatters, are you with me? Okay. So how many half circles do I have? 2. So that makes a whole one, right? So do I need to divide this by 2? No, because I have a whole circle. So we've got 3.14 times diameter, which is 2. And that gives us 6.28. You guys will start memorizing that because you'll use it a lot. So that 6.28 represents... Yes, thank you. That part of the heart, okay? So now we've got to find the blue part. So I need the numbers for the two blue sides, which would be what? 2 and 2. Okay, so we're going to add 4 to that. Nope. Those, guys, these go with the circles, so those are gone. Plus, we're not looking at the inside, so those wouldn't count anyway. Isaac, question. You're adding 4. Multiplies area. Why would you multiply by 4?
Because the half circle, there's a 2 at the bottom.
But the 2 goes with the circle. We've already used those. Plus, this side is not on the outside of the heart. Do you not see the heart? Okay, guys, we're finding the perimeter of the heart. The way that you have to do that is we have a circle. They split it in half. Then they put a square between them. Okay? So we're not looking at these dotted lines. We're only looking at this outside part of the square. Does that make more sense? Okay. So that's why we would add them. All right, number 2. Another shape that has no name. But I see it's got 2 semicircles, so that means that has a full circle in it. So C equals pi d. So 3.14 times what?
2. 3.
Y'all are guessing.
No, you have to subtract 6 from 15.
Okay, the whole side is 15, but we only need the pink part. So we're not using this guy or this guy yet. So those we're going to ignore. So how much do I have right here that I'm going to ignore?
6.
So take 15 minus 6.
9.
So that line is 9. So we're going to times it by 9. And what does that give me? 28.6.
28.26. There we go.
All right. So we don't have to divide by 2. Why? Because we have a whole circle. Good. So that's our circle number. All right. So now we have to figure out here, 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 here. Everything else we've already used. Okay. So we've got a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3, a 5. What's this going to be? 5. So you can fill in those numbers that are not there. So now we're going to add 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3. And what does that final answer give me?
50.26.
Double check, guys. 28, 38, 44.
50.26.
I'm hearing 44 and I'm hearing 50. 50 point.
50.26.
Okay, 28, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. It's okay. All right, so you tell me, what do we always start with when we're doing this? Isaac? The circle part, right? So if it's going to help you to color or darken, whatever, the circle part of it, that kind of helps you see what is left, and that is what you add to it after you find the circle pie part. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so you're going to work with a partner to do the last 10. We got about 15 minutes. You're going to get as far as you can, and then we're going to go over those tomorrow. So if you want to wait to color tomorrow, that's probably going to get you the furthest along if you wait on that. Okay, any questions? All right, go ahead and find a partner, and you can start.